Rodeo Rob recap. I don't have the right hat, but
No, breast cancer awareness or something.
Titleist golf. Rob squared.
Who?
Us. Oh. Recap. We're on to the Panthers and Cowboys. This was a fun game.
It was
Very fun.
High scoring.
Very fun. Very high scoring. I really, really like the Panthers.
Yeah.
I don't know about you. So Cowboys won 36-28, and it was a bigger blowout than that. Even though like the Panthers actually were controlling the game early.
It was a tale of like three halves, so to speak, right?
Yeah, in the first half it was Panthers 14, Cowboys 13, and then the second half
it felt like Carolina was controlling that game.
They were, and the Cowboys outscored them 20-0 in the third quarter, and then
Carolina was coming back.
Yeah, and Sam Darnold's apparently the best rusher of all time. He has is it five or six? Maybe six, dude.
I think it's 5 rushing touchdowns.
No, I think it's 6.
I think it's 5.
Okay, it's a lot. I mean,
it's 5.
He's leading the league. I think it's 6, but let's see here. Rushing is 5. God damn it. Nice. I defer to this man
all the time. Yeah. Defer to me. We'll kill 30 seconds while as you look it out.
Yeah, right.
Because you trust me, you deferred to me, right?
So Panthers Panthers ran 70 snaps. Cowboys ran 61, so it was a pretty up tempo game. That's 130 snaps. It's 120 is about average. 125. So Chuba Hubbard was a hot waiver wire pickup, and he had a decent game. 13 for 57, multiple 10-yard runs. He did add in 2 for 14 through the air. So he got 15 touches.
So he's Damian Harris.
Yeah. 15 touches. Not the best game script for him. And the problem is that Royce Freeman wasn't the problem. So Hubbard played 47%. Freeman played 17%. It was Rodney Smith, who was not on anyone's radar, right? He played 37% of the snaps, and he had 5 catches for 48 yards.
So he's their blocking
and the third down,
he's their blocking
and
back.
Obviously they didn't. Hubbard played a lot of snaps. 47% of 70, he only played 35 snaps. It's a decent amount.
So what happened? Here's what I'm assuming happened based off the stats. I didn't watch every snap of the game, but Rodney Smith. I
think Harrison was a safety.
Yeah. So Smith. Here's what I'm guessing happened. Well, Smith is the best blocking back they have outside of CMC. So
and the best receiving back.
Well, not necessarily. Here's what I think happened: is that Darnold's a one-read quarterback. Mm-hmm. So when you have your best blocking back in there, he'll block. If the one read's not there, then it's a little dump off.
There you go. So I'm not too worried about Hubbard's percentage here because the game flow and when it was a close game, I don't know the numbers. He was probably playing 65% because the worry was Royce Freeman.
Yeah.
And so I'm not worried about Rodney Smith. And Hubbard looked well. He looked good in the snaps he had. We saw a couple hard runs, good runs. He looked fast. He's a tough player. For the week or two you have him, start him.
No, I think Hubbard is definitely a start next week.
Definitely. RB2.
I think Hubbard, this was a prove it. Hey kid, show me that you can go in.
Didn't fuck up.
Exactly. Show me, we're playing against a playoff team here. Mm-hmm. Show me you can go in. We're not going to trust you in every situation, but when you're in there, show me you can do it.
And a lot of people are that were against Hubbard, are tooting their own horror, being I told you. I'm I told you, 15 touches. I'll take that all day long. You know what? He could have easily had a touchdown. Sam Darnold stole 2 rushing touchdowns. That could have been one to him, and we'd be talking about a different thing right now if he had 70 yards and touchdown.
No, I like Hubbard is a good flex
for sure. Yeah, I'll take him as RB2 right now, honestly.
I'm not worried about his usage going forward.
So wide receiver wise, Rodeo Rob Square. Sorry, DJ Moore. I'm gonna do it every time. He's a god, and
he played like one.
The stats are great, but as we noticed, it's not the stats that are great. Which the stats are great. Yeah. The eye test, bro.
Well, he looks like every time he's on the field, he looks like the best player
on the field.
That's what I'm saying. And the fact that, like I said, I'll say it a million times, Sam Darnold's a one-read quarterback.
Yeah, and that's his guy.
And if you have a receiver that is the first read, that's beating your guy almost every time because he's the best player on the field, that's a recipe for success.
He looks like Steve Smith with faster straight line speed.
Do you know how many targets he had?
He had 12 targets.
So Robbie Anderson had 11.
He did, yeah.
And
Robbie Anderson had 5 for 46 on 11, and DJ Moore had 8 for 113 and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, so there's a big difference.
Almost the opposite of what last year was. Not so much with the yardage, but one thing I'll say about DJ Moore, which I love, besides everything, I love DJ Moore. The man, he's my wedding DJ.
He's scoring a lot of fancy points. You love
Not even just that; it's the eye test, but like they are using him, like I said in the preseason, all over the field. He's lining up at running back in the goal line, in the red zone, right on 3rd down and 6. Yeah. 3rd and goal from the 6. He had 3 different snaps, and he should have had 3 touchdowns because he had one in the first quarter where he caught a little flare out and got tackled on the half-yard line. Yeah. Almost had the pylon. That should be 3. And the second touchdown he scored was from the backfield. He's lining up in the slot. He's lining up out wide. He's getting targeted on screens. He's getting targeted on slots. He's going downfield. Like it's a dream right now.
He's essential to their offense.
Would you almost say top 6 receiver going forward? Or not because
comfortably, I'll say top 10.
Okay, right.
It's right now based on his production and based on the way the offense is. I mean, going forward, I think if Robbie Anderson catches more than 30% of his passes, like I think there were obviously. The biggest thing to me was that Robbie Anderson went from 4 targets to 11.
Right,
which is nice. CMC went out. So,
yeah, he'll be involved.
So if you're looking for the CMC handcuff outside of Chuba, who's going to benefit? I think Robbie will. I think he'll catch a little bit more. But DJ is obviously the first look, and he's like the play's not designed for Robbie. I mean, it's DJ is the guy that can.
DJ Moore or Chris Godwin rest of the year. I know you love Godwin, but you can't tell me Godwin, dude. Can't.
No, I'm
because they were drafted comparably. So Godwin's underperformed a bit. He's been fine.
No, right? Godwin's been good.
No, but he just had to come out. He had a bad last game. He had a bad last game. He's been where you drafted him, right? He's better than CeeDee Lamb, but he's
to me Godwin. He's the best player on the Buccaneers offense all day.
Okay. So you're taking Godwin over DJ rest of the season?
No, I think that's
okay. DJ over Amari Cooper.
I would be curious to see what's Godwin versus DJ stats right now because they're comparable.
No,
they're not that drastically different.
Well, I have them both in the same team.
Yardage wise, it's going to be a little bit different.
Do you think they're touchdowns? What are you trying to say?
Yeah, touchdowns. I bet you they both scored 3. I bet you they both have right around 22 catches. And
DJ Moore's catch is 6, 8, 8, 8. Yardage 80, 79, 126, 113, and 3 touchdowns. So that is, he has 43 targets, 30 catches, 398, and 3.
30, 398,
and 3.
Yeah.
43 targets.
Yeah.
19 rushing yards. I don't know if that really counts.
No,
Godwin has 30 targets, 22, 296, and 2.
All right.
He does have a rushing TD, so he has 3 touchdowns. Same touchdowns. What's the target in?
I'm doing catches. So it's 30 to 4, like extra 10 targets, extra 8 catches, extra 120 yards, and 1 touchdown.
Oh, I mean, yeah,
that's an extra game.
That's not even close.
No, stat wise, it's
okay. Let me get you something even crazier. Let's go CeeDee Lamb or Amari Cooper or DJ Moore, who are both drafted way ahead of DJ Moore. Would you agree with that?
Here's my hesitancy with both comparisons you made, is that I feel like you're spotting the better quarterback for the better receiver. Like I would take Dak over Darnold. I would take Brady over Darnold as the guy throwing the ball to the receiver.
All right.
But the receiver's outproducing all those guys.
I got a really good one for you. Cooper Kupp. DJ Moore.
DJ Moore, I think, is more valuable to their offense.
DeAndre Hopkins or DJ Moore?
You gotta go.
I know. They spread the ball around there in fucking Arizona, my man.
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson.
That's a push for me.
Justin Jefferson.
When you're talking, here's the thing: is these guys are. I mean, you're talking like top tier guys now. I'm not going to put him in that class.
Okay, Justin Jefferson.
I feel like Jefferson has more opportunity to take over that offense than DJ Moore does.
Stephon Diggs.
DJ Moore.
Wow. You get what I'm talking about here?
No, he
has already jumped.
You don't have to. Yeah, he's already stepped. He's taking a tier step.
So Robbie Anderson to get off the DJ thing, which is hard for me to do. like you and the Cardinals. Like the nice thing is, thank you for not bringing up sexual innuendo about DJ Moore. I appreciate that. Like, because if you're talking about the Cardinals, I just talk about everything and anything but the Cardinals. Robbie Anderson though, 84% snap share, 11 targets, like it. Even when CMC comes back, he was a buy low, and like he obviously is not going to duplicate last year. That was never going to happen. I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah,
no, he's not that player.
To me, it was a CMC handcuff, and I got the 11 targets, but I only got 4 catches. Like
5 catches, but
nothing exciting. Like I got the 1 touchdown week 1.
Right.
Week 3 got 1 more catch. Like it's not. He's too inconsistent to be in DJ Moore's conversation.
Tommy Tremble, a lot of people picked up. Well, you picked him up.
Well, it was worth a shot.
I know. Played 39% of the snaps, no targets. Not saying. I mean. They did trade Arnold, but wait and see.
I never took a stance on him, so don't.
You picked him up, so in the deepest league ever. I'm gonna always tell you that. Cowboys, 61 snaps. Zeke played 75%. Looked real good. He was back to Apparently, the first couple weeks he was really focused on his music career as Lenny Kravitz, and now he's kind of like, well, I'm a football player again. They took out a couple piercings, and now he's fucking a bull again.
Yeah.
And he is finishing runs, dude, and he's doing what he did. And he might only have 1 or 2 years left. This keeper league, get the fuck rid of Zeke right now because Pollard is as good as him, and he's got 1 or 2 years left.
Yeah.
This season, where you drafted him was fine. Their offense is good. They're running the ball again.
Their offense is committed to running.
Yeah, love it.
Which is still, Dak is still throwing his touch 2 or 3 a game.
This was a throwback Zeke game. 20 for 143 and a tutty, a 47-yard long, which most guys, Chubb would have had a 70-yard touchdown, but Lenny Kravitz had a guitar in his back.
Got
it. 1 target, no catches, so not a great PPR game. But Tony Pollard, 10 for 67, super efficient, awesome. No targets there, so they weren't really throwing to the running backs. They're both involved, 75% for Zeke, 30 for Pollard. Pollard still the most premium handcuffs you could ever have in fantasy. He would murder if Zeke got hurt. He should probably just murder Zeke.
The only argument is Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, I think I still want Pollard over Kareem Hunt.
Well, Kareem Hunt is more standalone value, even though Pollard.
I'm talking about if an injury happened. I think I'd rather have Pollard, right? Because I know Kareem was injured last year when he took over, but I feel like they just use another guy in Cleveland because it's kind of what they do. If Pollard took over, it'd just be the Pollard show, right? Like the Madison game.
No.
Maybe I'm wrong.
I'm not saying you're wrong, but here's my opinion: is that if Pollard were to take over and Kareem Hunt, right? Let's say both Zeke and Chubb went down.
Yeah.
Same play. They tackled each other. Both got hurt season ending. There's going to be since we're only in week 5 now. There's going to be games where the Browns rely on Kareem Hunt more so than there's going to be games where the Cowboys rely on Pollard. Like Prescott can go out and win in games, and they'll rely on that. Where the Browns aren't going to rely on Baker to win them games. They'll rely on their running back.
I like it. You're right. Close, though.
Yeah,
it bridges the gap. I'm saying it shouldn't be a discussion because, dude.
No, I think that there's only a few in that stratosphere.
Wide receiver-wise, CeeDee Lamb played 80%. Cooper, 48%. Wilson, 57%. I want to highlight Cooper a little bit because he got nicked up a few times in this game. He had a nice game. Well, actually, 3 targets, 3 for 69 and a touchdown. Dak only threw the ball 22 times. 14 of 22, but he had 4 passing touchdowns. So, and the nice thing I would say about Dak
14.
real quick. Yeah, 14 completions, crazy. Dak did have 4 carries for 35 yards. A couple 3rd and 6s he scrambled for like 12 yards. Yeah. He wasn't running at all, and he looked healthier this game. He looked more confident in his foot, right? Not so much healthier, but he didn't look like he could move the first couple games. This was Zeke. This is throwback Zeke right here, and minus the fact he didn't throw 49 times.
Well, this is the Cowboys that Jerry Jones envisioned in his mind.
Troy Aikman shit, right?
Well, this is exactly what he wanted.
Efficiency,
and maybe that's why McCarthy got hired, is because it's exactly what Jones envisioned. So now his vision's coming to fruition. So
Cooper 48%. He's hurt, and he's gonna always play. It's concerning,
ribs, right?
Yeah. And there was also a knee, so it's multiple, right? And they're winning, but the problem is Gallup's out, so he's going to have to play. What's crazy is CeeDee Lamb played 80%. He had 5 targets, but 2 catches for 13 yards. He's been rough, man. People took both of them early, but at least Cooper's blown up in a few games.
CeeDee Lamb started off like gangbusters, right?
first game solid, and then the third game, whatever it was,
like 2 touchdowns his first game, right?
It was. Let's see here. He had against Tampa Bay. Wow, he had 7 catches for 104 and a touchdown. Then 8 for 81. Then 3 for 36. 3 for 66. Then 2 for 13. And against Philly, he had that deep 44-yard catch that was on the half-yard line. So that should have been a touchdown. I'm just saying, this is not the kind of usage.
The first 2 games, he looked gangbusters.
Yeah, this is not the kind of usage you want because they're not throwing the ball like you thought. And imagine when Michael Gallup comes back.
Well, all right, I'll ask you this same question I asked before. When you envision the rest of the Cowboys season, what's how do you see it going?
They're going to win 11 games.
All right, so they're going to win another 8 games.
Mm-hmm. Maybe more.
But how?
Their defense is opportunistic, and they make big plays. They're not going to shut anyone down.
Is Dak going to slow down, or is he going to slow down?
Neither of them are going to slow down.
So
Dak
should be fine.
He'll be fine. I think he's actually a buy low right now.
Yeah. Because
his numbers aren't great, and I know he's a good player. And Cooper is always dinged up, and Gallup isn't back yet.
I don't even think CeeDee Lamb qualifies to buy low. I don't think anyone's going to sell.
No, if you can buy him at cost, I think I would do it.
Yeah.
And then Dalton Schultz apparently is the best of all time. 2 more touchdowns, 8 targets, 6 for 58. I'm sorry, just 1 touchdown this game, not 2 more. Shit. I think it was 2 the game before. He's Dawson Knox territory. And I'm mostly salty I didn't buy into him in my deep best balls.
Yeah.
Because he's a 25th round guy at tight end you can get.
Yeah.
And because it's Blake Jarwin who's getting drafted ahead of him, who also got a touchdown, but he only had 1 for 18. Schultz is the guy, he played 79%, and Jarwin played 54%. So they're splitting time. So again, if you start Dalton Schultz going forward, be prepared for a 2 for 20.
Schultz
and no
or
touchdowns.
Knox?
Knox. Because Knox isn't splitting with anyone.
Yeah. I mean, this is, again, talking the tight ends.
Same category. Infinite sadness of tight ends.
Let me see 6 games.
Yeah. But Schultz, he's just getting these, little, on the third, second and goal from the 6, they'll play action. Easiest touchdowns ever, right?
Yeah.
He's just getting the dump off where everyone's chasing Lamb.
Doesn't seem like and with the Bills, doesn't seem like too much is going wrong for them, so they can kind of get what they want, and they'll take what you give them. And with the Cowboys, yeah.
Damn! No! Yeah! Colts Dolphins. Showing pretty fast here.
I had a Dolphins point. What was my Dolphins?
Myles Gaskin.
I forgot it though.
Damn it. We'll get into it probably. Colts at Dolphins, 27-17 Colts. Someone was on this one early. I had a couple parlays in it, but nothing crazy. So Colts ran 71 snaps. Dolphins ran 52, which is very low. I had trash written next to them right there. You see trash.
What was it? 71-52?
Yeah, so the Colts dominated this game.
Yeah.
So Dolphins are bad.
Yeah. Right now?
Drugs are bad. Dolphins are bad. Mr. Mackey approves of this message.
So you take your penis and then you
stick it in the vagina.
What do you do with that thing? I've done this. What do you do with that thing?
Jonathan Taylor had a good game.
Finally
had a touchdown.
The game.
16 for 103 and a tutty.
Couple big runs. Dude.
3 catches for 11 yards. Yeah, he looked good.
He had 2 30-yard runs, 40-yard runs.
Again, Nick Chubb treatment though, 51% of the snaps. Not great. I know you hate it, but
I want production.
I know. Well, he didn't have it early. Hines played 31%, and Hines had a bad game. Sorry, Drew. 2 carries for 6 yards and 2 catches for 5 yards. And he fumbled and lost the fumble, so he only had 1 point.
Oh, wow.
The problem is Marlon Mack played 31% of the snaps and 10 for 22.
Yeah, because they're trying to trade him.
They need to trade him because Marlon Mack is killing both these guys when he plays. And, again, we said buy low and Jonathan Taylor, but don't expect, he's an RB2 right now. He's not an RB1 because the team isn't good. They're not scoring points, and he's not playing over half the snaps.
Yeah. I'm going to let you finish what you have to say on Miami, and then I'm going to talk about both the teams.
Yeah. So, Jack Doyle. I got to give the honorary Jack Doyle.
Oh,
absolutely. 30% snap share, and I will say that I saw he was questionable with a glute injury. And why do you think that was? I'm making this up. He was not questionable with glute. Because he had all weekend. What do you think he was doing?
He at the beach, obviously.
With who?
Obviously off the
Who
beach.
is he at the beach with?
Obviously off the beach.
With
Andrew
Luck. And apparently they ran out of lube. So it was just, all right. Mo Cox, though, had himself a ball game. He played 69% of the snaps, a number that Jack Doyle loves.
Oh, nice.
He's like, why can't I play 69% of the snaps with Andrew Luck?
On the beach.
On the beach. On brand. Sorry, guys.
You're gonna make me forget about the points. I thought you were about to wrap up.
I'm
like, real quick. I got like 2 more guys. Wait! Jack Doyle on the beach. He's gay.
You know who doesn't wrap up?
I forgot what I was gonna say.
You know who doesn't wrap up? Jack Doyle when he's getting banged by Andrew Luck.
Well, of course,
only brought on. Yeah, they're BFFs. Yeah. Moelle Cox though did have 5 targets, 3 for 42, and 2 tutties.
2.
One of those was a badass catch to like seal the game.
Yeah.
So that's my Colts thing. Do you want to go on your Dolphins point or?
I don't know saying they both is here.
So okay.
Fuck, dude, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Oh, real quick, Myles Gaskin.
No, it's not even that. With the Colts, I know I texted you this, but the Colts, I think they're about to go potentially on a 4 or 5 game win streak.
You did say this.
So I guess I'll put that on public record right now. Looking at the Colts schedule, looking at the opportunity to take that division, I think 9 games might win that division, AFC South.
9-8, yeah.
Yeah, right. So I don't think the Titans are going to run away with it. Like, people are afraid to bet them against the Jaguars right now. Apparently, that's not a playoff. That's not playoff confidence to me.
No.
Colts play Monday night against the Ravens, and they're getting 7.
They're getting 7 points. Yeah.
So I like them. I guess I put on record too with Myles Gaskin. I've been, anyone that's in the league with me knows I've been buying low or trying to buy him.
He's at his lowest point right now.
Yeah. So I like him. With the Dolphins, the reason I think he's underperforming right now is because the Dolphins came in with some high expectations, competing for the division lead, competing for the division. With Tua was supposed to take the next step, came out, played well. Tua got hurt, they got punched in the mouth, and now they're kind of reeling a little bit. They're trying to figure out who they are, what they are, if Tua is even enough to get them over the hump. I think things will settle back down, and Gaskin will settle back into his role. Tua will come back, and things will kind of settle down. I don't think Miami's going to be good, but I think Gaskin will have a much bigger, better role moving forward.
I would agree. For the snaps, real quick, Gaskin played 23%, and I don't know if it was benched. It wasn't great.
They're just getting their asses kicked every single game.
Yeah. He had 2 carries for 3 yards.
When they don't, so in between these 2 games where they got their asses kicked, where they were actually competitive, he had 15 fantasy points. So
yeah, again, buy low. I mean, and the thing is, if you wait one more week, you might be able to get him on the waiver wire, because if this happens one more week,
well, they're playing Tampa this week.
Which actually I like for Gaskin, because they got to play. If you're
looking to buy him, you probably get him super, super, super cheap right now. 4th round fucking pick. He's still gotten 20 targets. He's had more targets than Rondale Moore and Christian Kirk. So,
right,
take that into consideration. That's still a running back.
Yeah.
In full PPR.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely full PPR.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Aggressive.
Yeah, what do you got?
You're not missing that one. No, I didn't crumple it enough.
Wow, always something, right?
It's Sale on me.
Chris Sale? What? That's not even relevant.
No.
All right, Browns and Vikings. This was kind of a stinker.
It was.
14-7, the Browns won, and what's crazy is the Vikings scored an early touchdown, and they didn't score the rest of the game. Kind of concerning. And Kirk Cousins, like you said last week, had the highest QBR after 3 weeks in the league. It was not a good game. 20 of 38 for 203 and 1 tutty and 1 pick. That numbers I feel like are better than what I watched. So what I watched was not good. They couldn't score in the red zone. He missed some open throws.
The more you watch football and if you're trying to compare quarterbacks and quarterbacks that are good, I think the more you'll realize quarterbacks that convert on 3rd down are essential.
Aaron Rodgers.
Well, look at Kyler Murray this year. Try and stop him on 3rd down.
Can't.
You might once a game. Maybe
he scrambled for that 17-yard scramble on 3rd and 16.
You might stop him once or twice a game. That's what you're hoping for, right? If he doesn't throw a pick,
you better get him on 3rd and 11, because if he has 3rd and 6, everything's open.
My point is that the reason the Vikings struggled is because every crucial drive, every crucial play on every drive, where they need to convert a 3rd down, he wasn't.
Yeah, under pressure, throwing it away. So the Vikings played 67 snaps, and the Browns played 78. So actually, a pretty up-tempo game for the low score.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. So we'll go with the Browns real quick. So Nick Chubb had he had 100 yards rushing, 21 carries, which is nice. But he didn't, he had 1 catch for 5 yards. So in PPR, he's just really not doing anything. He's getting 10 points a game, which I know, it's just an issue.
That's his basement, like on 50%.
Well, I hope so. It's not a very good basement, though.
Yeah, I think that's a hell of a basement. 1 catch for 105 yards.
Right, I'm saying that's 10 points, though. 11 points in PPR.
If that's your basement, what's your realistic basement for a player? Like
Derrick Henry's basement's way higher than that.
Oh fucking shit! You don't think he can go 0 catches for 40 yards? Like
no, Derrick Henry has like 16 catches
so
this year.
far.
Oh,
yeah, I'm just like so far. Like Chubb has not been utilized more than like 60%. He's had 100 scrimmage yards or 2 touchdowns in every game.
All right, so snap percentage.
Like Derrick Henry has been 95%.
Well, here's the
every
problem.
Single fucking carry.
Is Kareem Hunt outplayed him in this game? Fantasy wise, he had 14 carries, 69 yards, and a tutty.
I'm just saying, Chubb is super like.
Well, what's crazy to me right now
Chubb's
is that Chubb played talent wise. Agreed. 47% for Chubb, 53% for Hunt. Why? Why was Chubb on the field less than Hunt? That's concerning to me because the game flow
is definitely a better receiving back. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, but they didn't need a receiving back. They were winning for half the game.
No. There's a reason that they played 78 snaps.
Well, they were winning half the game.
14 points. No,
right.
It's because they kept stalling. So there's a lot of like, all right, let's get the offense going.
Right.
It's 7-7.
Okay.
Let's figure something out.
So you're not concerned at all about Chubb?
No.
Not at all.
No.
Where he was drafted.
Hand of God, no. I'm not.
Well, as a Chubb owner and
I'm
quite
more
a bit
concerned
of
about Waller than I am Chubb.
Really?
Yeah, and because I drafted Waller to be a 9-8 like and a touchdown.
Well, I have Chubb in quite a bit of
7
leagues,
targets,
and I'm a little concerned.
Yeah, he's barely been used, and he's still like a top 5 running back.
No, he'll be fine.
He's not playing over 60%.
I just don't see
There's going to be games where he plays 80%.
I thought there was a path for Chubb to be the number 1 overall running back, and that's not there.
No,
not in PPR. There's no chance. There's no chance. Zeke has way more upside than him.
No, there's 100%.
Okay, well, Zeke's crushing him right now, so.
No. There's both still top 10 guys, like, and Chubb's not playing at all. Like, they don't have to play.
I know, but he's just not going to catch any passes this year, and I thought it was going to change, and it's not going to change, so I'm worried about that. You can't see the concern in PPR. He's got to score 15 touchdowns to fucking equal his ADP, man. He will, probably, but...
Yeah, I'm not worried after 4 games.
The thing is, Derrick Henry's
I'm not worried if he's a top 10 running back after 4 games. Like that, if that's where I have to get concerned, if that's his basement, like I have to be concerned. He's a top 10 running back in fantasy.
Okay, so Nick Chubb, how many? Catches?
I don't care how many snaps. How many
end
points?
of the year. End of the year.
Points?
Catches. What's his
it doesn't matter how many points did he score. I don't care how many.
Okay.
If he had 1 catch, but he scored 1,000 points on it. Like, I'm fine with that. Like, obviously not realistically. My point is like it does. If he gets 100 yards and a touchdown on average every game
in PPR, that's not.
But he only gets 20.
That's 16 points, bro. It's not that good.
I understand, but I'm saying that's the bare minimum.
So
like,
his that's a bad.
100 yards to you, that's a bad. To you, that's a bad game. Like that's like.
Okay, question: how many catches is he going to end up with at the end of the year if he doesn't get hurt?
I'll bet you right now.
Think?
I'll bet you $100 right now. From this week on, from week 5 on, Chubb has more fantasy points than Derrick Henry.
No, because he's going to get worn down. End of the year, I'll bet you that right now.
End of the year? You'll wait till the end of the year?
No, I'm saying like counting the beginning stats of the year.
Oh, no, get out of here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because Henry is the number 1 guy. Yeah, so you want a fucking 50-point buffer. Bullshit, get out of here. What do you, like, why would I do that? You want a 50-point buffer? That's the only way you do the bet? Get out of here.
Can I ask you an honest question?
Yeah.
How many catches? Yeah. How many catches at the end of the year is Chubb going to have? Give me a number. What do you think?
22.
Yeah, that's trash. No, I'm saying that you don't think that
Derrick Henry was the number 1 with less catches last year.
He wasn't the number 1. It was Kamara.
They both scored like 50 points more than.
Do you understand though that 22 is an issue? If he's not uber efficient and scoring 18 touchdowns, he has no path to being a top 3 running back.
Derrick Henry to have just because Derrick Henry.
No, I expected 40 from Henry.
Just because No, you said that's a bold prediction.
Well, no, I wish it was 60.
So
I'm sorry.
No,
I'm a Chubb owner too. I'm just concerned.
Let me finish my point.
Yeah, sorry.
Is that yes, Henry's had these catches, but it's 4 weeks, man. Just pump the brakes a little bit.
Yeah,
pump the brakes a little bit, man.
It's just crazy that Derrick Henry's more involved in the passing game than Nick Chubb. I don't know why. It's stupid. Pass the ball to Nick Chubb. Get him in the space. Please.
Well, if Julio and AJ Brown are out, and
he was getting it before,
but the team's he
had 6 catches with those guys.
It's just they've been struggling. They've been underperforming. Where the Browns have been performing as expected.
Yeah,
they've been winning.
Right. They don't need to pass to him. I get it. Wait till he faces the Chiefs. OBJ, rough game. Not a good game, but he did play 79% of the snaps. So I guess it was similar to the Mike Williams situation on Monday night. He was missed on a pretty easy touchdown. I didn't see it, but I heard it from Mike Levelstein. Shout out, Mikey. I doubt you're listening, but if you are, on the outside chance, love you, buddy. It wasn't good. He had 7 targets, 2 for 27. Baker was trash in this game, by the way.
Yeah.
Trash.
Yep.
15 of 33 for 155. Dude, apparently he had the lowest adjusted completion percentage of any quarterback.
Yeah.
I know. But he was missing by a mile. Remember the one end zone throw?
OBJ, to end the game. They would have
gone up
21-7.
I'm not worried about Baker, but I feel like OBJ's a buy low right now. If you can buy him,
no, I'm curious. You're saying that he's struggled. What were your expectations for him coming back? Wide receiver 1, yeah.
Oh no, not at all. I'm saying I think other people had higher expectations because of name recognition.
Yeah,
I love Odell.
Everyone said he's been underperforming, but
yeah, I'm fine with it.
I look at the stats. I'm expecting wide receiver 3 production.
Yeah.
If he can duplicate what Kenny Galladay does in any given week, I'm happy.
With the bigger play upside, and it's
well, no, I would hope Galladay would have the bigger play upside. That's what I'm hoping for.
Right, we'd hope.
But I don't think that's the reality anymore. But if OBJ can duplicate Galladay, I'm happy. He's not having bad. What are you expecting now?
Yeah. So on the Vikings, real quick, not much. Cousins not a good game. We talk about that. Dalvin Cook played 49%. Madison 34%. Dalvin Cook had 9 for 34 and 2 for 10. He had 6 targets, but 2 catches for 10 yards. I've never seen Dalvin Cook have a game like this when he's healthy. Well, granted, he's come back from the injury, but when rare you see Dalvin Cook have an inefficient bad game.
Yeah.
The Browns defense.
Yeah, So, just did you have a couple more points you want to make, and then I'll kind of
just Madison played 34% and had 10 carries for 20 yards. So this probably had something to do with the injury, but Cook didn't look good. And the only other point I had outside the receivers, which Adam Thielen had 3 catches for 46 yards. If he doesn't catch a touchdown, he is a wide receiver 4.
Yeah.
When he doesn't catch a touchdown, usually he always does, but he's not. He's no yards this year.
People would be saying the same thing. They scored 1 touchdown that game, so if Diggs didn't score that touchdown, everyone would be hitting the panic button on him too. So
Jefferson.
Yeah.
It's easy to confuse it.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying, though, right?
Conklin only had 6 targets, 4 for 18, but he's playing a lot, and they're not playing Herndon. He had 85% of the snaps.
Yeah.
He looks pretty good when he's out there.
Yeah.
Sad for us because we wanted to be Irv Smith. We love Irv Smith. But I feel like he's a guy, if there was, the Knox Schultz of the world, I almost rather have Tyler Conklin because he hasn't popped yet, and I feel like he's the third banana in the passing game, and I feel like they're going to score some points. And he's out there a lot. He's out there more than those other guys. Yeah. Well, as much as Knox, but there's a lot more competition for Knox.
Yeah.
With Sanders and Beasley and Gabe Davis and Diggs.
So, kind of a little callback to what we were talking about before. We're talking about, would you rather have, I forget the quarterback, but one of the comparisons was Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
And I had said Cousins over, maybe it was Prescott. And for the first 3 weeks, all of a sudden that looked good. My bigger point is, I think the Vikings are better than they looked today. And I think the Browns are also offensively better. What I take from this game is, looking forward, I'm not going to bet the Vikings against Detroit or Detroit against. I'm not going to touch that game. I'm not going to touch the Browns versus the Chargers. But I do like looking forward past these games. I like the fact that the Browns defense has been uber performing. Their offense has been stepping up when they need to. Like Baker's been doing well, and with the Vikings, I think they are the best 1-3 team maybe I've ever seen.
I'd agree.
Yeah, so looking forward, I think those are two things to consider. This upcoming week, I'm not going to touch either of them because it's more of a wait and see. But I feel like I learned some things from the game. I feel at least I took a step forward in understanding the teams better.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna throw mine first. You crumple. You always complain. That's right. The camera, son. Nice. That was better.
Right down the middle, dude.